Hello, hello, good people who have to go to work soon. It is me, Eric, with another episode of Magic Before Work. Oh, it's not coming up in my little thing here. Oh my god. Sometimes happens when, let me restart the client quick. Sometimes like the streaming software won't pick it up if it starts in the wrong order. So let's start up Magic Arena again. See if it gets it when it starts again. May have to just restart everything. Oh no, there it goes. We're in good shape. Okay. So yeah, I know I missed a couple days. I missed Monday, Tuesday making a video, but that's because I got horribly sick. It's amazing how easily the human body can kind of just get knocked out of commission. I got like one of those 24-hour flus. And oh my god, I went from Monday morning, I was like, oh yeah, I feel, a little off. Like maybe my stomach is a little upset, but I'm going to go to work to, it was about 10 a.m. So that was at, that was at about 6-ish I left. I was like, oh, I feel a little uneasy. And then at about 10, I almost could not walk, and I barely got down to, my wife picked me up, and I could barely get to the car. So then hence the past couple days have just been shot. I haven't done anything. But yeah, that's neither here nor there, because today we are going to start a new deck. And that deck is an Izzet Flash build. I'm so excited to play this deck. I've already been practicing a little bit, but this is much different than the Esper Control list we've been playing before. This is, while Esper Control was, like in its name says, like in a control deck, which more or less meant, right, most games I'd have to, right, get my opening hand, and I'm just looking to build up to 5, 6, 7 mana so I can play my Dream Trawler or my, my Ashiok, the new Ashiok, whatever, right? Like I'm trying to get to a finisher, and I'm going to just try and control the game from beginning to turn 6 or 7. This deck is a tempo deck, and this deck much more is looking to be aggressive and to defeat our opponent by flashing in our threats and then countering their threats. So as we can see here, let's see, is this the optimal way to look at this deck? I think we can look at it this way is slightly better. So we can see right on the low end, lots of instant, hold on, a little yawn there, lots of instant speed spells plus instant speed threats, and those instant speed threats are mainly in the forms of the Brineborn Cutthroat, as we can see here, a nightmare from when people were playing mono blue a while back. The Brazen Borrower, so we can see on the creature side, flash and flying, and then Thryx coming in here, flash flying, and then it makes our expensive spells. Plus the Embercleave. Obviously, Embercleave is a little different, but it gives this deck a nice little burst. So then to kind of supplement that, you can see we're running Negate and Quench, Thassa's Intervention. These are all counter spells. Thassa's Intervention has a few other uses as well. And Ionize, and that's it for our counters. And then we can have some more value-oriented cards, right? So the Bonecrusher Giant, it deals 2 damage plus threatens, is a board threat, so that's good for us. Gadwick is just some card advantage, but also, we're going to be playing instants and, we're going to be playing spells on our opponent's turn. And we could use that to our advantage to tap their creatures, or even during our turn, right, to get rid of a blocker or something like that. So it's really good for us. I think we've covered everything in here. Let's take a look at the sideboard quick. Oh yeah, so I think the only thing we haven't really covered is the Embercleave, but the Embercleave is really nice because it lets us finish games in a very unexpected way. So if I flash in a card like Thryx at the end of my opponent's turn, they're tapped out, right? Next turn, I'm going to be hitting for a 10, I'm going to be hitting for 10 flying if they don't have a flying blocker up. And that's amazing, right? So this can really end a game quick if our opponent, especially if our opponent lets their guard down. So yeah, pretty exciting. Let's take a look at the sideboard here. So we have Aether Gust to deal with our red and green decks. We've got another Negate, a Fry if we're dealing with a white or blue deck. I don't know how well. I'll have to look at this, so I'll have to check out try the Fry out. And I did not come up with this deck. I should take a look quick. It's from someone on Reddit, from the R Spike subreddit called Hollands. And so I'm excited to try this out. I've been practicing a little bit. Yeah, so I'll have to try the Fry. We'll see. And there's still some debate, I think, about what should go in here. But, Lava Coil, Mystical Dispute, a Flame Sweep, couple Storm's Wrath, and Chandra Awakened Inferno. So I think we just get into a best of 3 and start doing it. The nice part about this is that I think these best of 3s are going to be a lot faster than our other ones were. Traditional standard play. Traditional standard rank. Yeah, there's Esper Control. So let's switch over to Izzet Flash. Let's get in there. Another cool thing about this deck is that it is not really, I don't think it's that popular in the meta right now. So it's kind of fun to play a deck that's Just not all that. I mean, that was true for Esper Control as well, but Esper Control felt close-ish to the blue-white control deck that is super popular right now. So we'll see. This deck has, I think it has some generally favorable matchups against blue-white control. I don't know. The issue will be, right, if a Teferi gets down, it's not going to be a close matchup. We're going to be in trouble. And this deck almost always wants to be on the play, right? Because if I can get a turn 2 Brineborn Cutthroat down with counterspell protection, we're going to win. Now, it's a little dicey because we've got the negate, but yeah, this is exactly what I'm looking for, right? So let's throw down a mountain first to throw our opponent off. We do not want him to know that we're blue-white flash. And 2 negates with 2 Brineborn Cutthroats. I'm up for this, so opening hand, we had 3 lands, 2 Brineborn Cutthroats, a Brazen Borrower, negate. Do I negate this right now? I think I just let him take a card here because I don't really want to negate this. I'd rather get the Brineborn Cutthroat. I'm going to throw the Cutthroat down. Now that might have been wrong, but it doesn't really matter. He would have seen everything. We'll see what he's going to take. I think what he's going to take is going to tell us what is in his hand. If he has a couple clears, okay, so this tells me he does not really have a way to get rid of this. All right, and this is what this deck does, right? I'm going to sit back with a negate and just start. Let me see. Return target non-land permanent and opponent controls. And here's Treacherous Blessing. I think we're just negating this. I don't want him drawing 3 cards. And now we have a Quench. Oh, more counter spells. Plus, I just want to speed up this clock a little bit. So now going to 3, this guy is... And another Treacherous Blessing. I think we just quench this. Let's keep speeding up this clock. And he missed a land drop, so that's very good for us. So now if he doesn't try to clear this, we're going to flash in the Borrower and just speed this up even more at the end of his turn. We'll see what he does, though. This is kind of a bad matchup for him, I think. Elspeth. So let's see. This is going to make 1/1s. I think I need to keep up my negate here, though. Well, do I? Do I care about this? She's going to create tokens. Do I negate this, though? I think I let this resolve. I'm going to let her create the tokens. Uh-oh. What did I select? Okay, good. That is exactly what I wanted to select. I want this to go here. I want this to go to his face. I maybe should just be attacking his face with everything, but cool. Get rid of the Elspeth. Beautiful. We'll have her negate up. We're going to keep Brazen Borrower up and opt up. Sorry, I haven't been talking through this very well. I should be talking through it more explicitly. So there's Doom Foretold. I'm going to let it resolve, and we're just going to bounce it back to our opponent's hand before our turn. Then he is almost dead, I think. Right? Yeah. Now let's Brazen Borrower. Why don't you send that Doom Foretold right back to your hand, young man? Cool. And then I'm going to opt during my opponent's turn. Resolve that too. Blast Zone. Let's get rid of that. I don't really need a Blast Zone right now. And a Bonecrusher, and our opponent is now dead. And good, we won. Blow up that. And we still have Negate up, and our opponent is dead. Wow. Really good first showing for this deck. Holy cow. What just a beating this deck can do. Holy cow. So now I've got to be a little careful here. Do I really need to change that much? So this deck is an enchantment control deck. Chandra's horrible. Storm's Wrath is horrible. I almost think I don't need to change anything. I'm pretty certain I keep it this way. The only thing I could see is does a negate go in? A second negate. Because, right, I'm mainly worried about those enchantments coming down. And would I rather be holding a Negate than a Bonecrusher? Chances are yes. Because the Bonecrusher is easily dealt with by my opponent by playing a Doom Foretold or something like that. Okay, we're gonna put in the we're gonna take out the Bonecrusher, put another Negate. So now this will be a worse round for me because he's gonna go first this time, so I will not have the benefit of turn 2. Whatever he is, Brian something. I can't remember what that thing's name is. The Flash 2/1 that gets bigger when I play spells on their turn. This is I do think this is a bad matchup for Periphobic, is our opponent's name. Just because, right, his deck, I'm pretty certain, right, he wants to play one spell on 2, he wants to play one spell on 3, he wants to play one spell on 4, one spell on 5. And if he misses any of those and I drop a flash creature in that window, and then I'm just popping off counter spells every other turn that he's trying to do something, that's very bad for him. Oh, woof. This is a hand I would love to almost keep, but I think I have to mulligan it. So right now my opening hand is an island, Brineborn Cutthroat, so 1 land, and I've got a Brineborn Cutthroat, which is great, a Thassa's Intervention, Brazen Borrower, 2 Brazen Borrowers, an Ionize, and a Bonecrusher Giant. It's a great hand, not enough lands, I don't think, so we're just going to mulligan out of this one. And here's a hand that is worse in the complete opposite direction, which is a Bonecrusher Giant and an Embercleave. I think I have to mulligan this too. Let's try it. So now I've got 3 lands. So now I have to put 2 back. So I've got 3 lands, a Negate, and Ionize. Okay, so let's keep this. Thryx is going back. So yeah, in this hand that I have to put 2 back, I've got 3 lands, a Negate, a Gadwick, an Ionize, and a Thryx. And I think I put back the Thryx, and I think I put back the Ionize or the Negate. Because what is he going to play? I mean, I don't think he's really that threatening on, well, if he takes away this Gadwick, I'm going to be in such pain. So let's, I'm going to keep the Castle Vantress, the 2 mountains, and I'm going to keep the Negate and Gadwick. And the Negate is basically just protect the Gadwick here. Although, maybe I did this wrong because the Gadwick, I'm so far from playing him because I need 3 blue, but that's how I'm going to catch up in this game again. All right, Birth of Metalise. I mean, we're probably going to lose this one, but we'll see. All right, there's an Ionize. That's good to see. We've got the Brazen Borrower in our hand, so that's good too. Does let us deal with certain things here. Don't want to flash in anything. Thassa's Intervention. All right, so now we have Ionize protection up. All right, Birth of Metalise. Our opponent's going to gain 2 life. He's got a 0/4 wall and 3 lands. We've got 3 lands. We'll see. We need to top deck some blue mana here because we'd really like to pop off this Gadwick. All right, our opponent has now played his 4th land, a Fabled Passage. Get a little coffee here. And Doom Foretold coming down. Do I Ionize this? Do I negate it? I'm tempted to Ionize. I'm tempted to negate. I could also bounce it back to his hand. I think that might be a short-term solution. I think we just Ionize it. Well, or do I negate it? I think we negate since it's a little bit narrower. So if my opponent plays a creature and another Ionize. Okay, so nice thing is we've got 3 lands, our opponent has 4 lands, and I've got a Gadwick, a Brazen Borrower, Thassa's Intervention, 2 Ionize. So I basically can sit, as long as he's only going to play 1 spell a turn, I can sit here for a while. The sad thing is he is not missing land drops, and I have now missed, this will be my 2nd one I missed. And my opponent Agonizing Remorses. I think I have to Ionize this and hope he doesn't have a 3 mana spell. Okay, we Ionize. Well, so let's see if he has a 3 mana spell here. And he does. He's got a Treacherous Blessing. This might be okay for me because I might be able to force that. Okay, we drew our 4th land. We now have 4. If I can keep this Treacherous Blessing out, we might be in okay shape here. Brazen Borrower. Thassa's Intervention, Gadwick. We still want this we still want to get a really big Gadwick off if we can. And we'd get to draw 2 cards with Gadwick if we pop him off soon here. So my opponent has enough juice to go forever now. It's got 6 mana. I wonder what spells this thing tops out with on the high end. Oh, interesting. So he's not going to play anything. So we're going to Thassa's Intervention here for 2 because we really want to find a land here. My opponent is considering. Take the Ionize and the Bonecrusher, which is actually quite good, and an Embercleave. Great. Okay, well, we got nothing, but our opponent really can't do anything here, so I'm assuming he doesn't have any instant speed stuff. Oh, I forgot about the Castle Ardenvale. Yeah, so our opponent played in Castle Ardenvale. That is dangerous for us, actually. He may just sit back here. I think he is going to sit back and just make tokens. That would be very smart on his part. We'll see if he does anything else. And just keep playing lands, yeah. Keep playing lands until I can only counter 1 spell a turn, you know. Do I want to kill this token with the Bonecrusher? Or do I flash in the Borrower? I think I actually flash in the Borrower here. Let's flash in the Borrower. I mean, because I'm not going to win unless I put my opponent under some pressure. He does have an instant spell. It keeps pausing for him here, so. And another Borrower. Great. I don't know if this is actually great, but he can't block flying right now, so I think we just keep beating the heck out of him. Good, and I have to just hope he does not want to do anything about this Borrower for a little while. Yeah, he's going to keep making tokens. That's fine by me. And we may just flash in another Borrower at the end of turn. He just keeps getting lands. Holy cow. I have to let him do this. I have to let him Agonizing Remorse here. He should probably, well, I don't know. He probably looks at this hand and just says, this sucks. Okay, smart. He knows that the Embercleave will be a big problem if I shove it on my Brazen Borrower. Sure. And we'll see if he plays a spell this turn. If he doesn't play a spell, another Brazen Borrower is going to come down on him. Sure. We'll throw another Borrower in the mix. He does it again. He has an instant speed spell, so he must have removal of some kind. Boy, if we had a... Okay, yep. Oh, this is actually good for me. Put him on the clock. Put him on the clock. And another land. Not the right land, but it is a land nonetheless. Wow, so we might be able to win this just with the Borrower, depending on what our buddy has in his hand here. So Davriel, I don't think I actually care about this. I think I'm quite okay with the Davriel. The lower his life, the better. So I need to tap this for 1 and you for 1. Do I hit this or his face? I think the Davriel. This damage cannot be prevented, and we're just dumping the Gadwick at this point. Honestly, these two Ionizes, like, these are... Actually, he is so close to dead. Every spell he plays, he loses a life. Ionize is going to do 2 more to him if he tries to play one. I think he's going to die here. I think we're actually going to win this game. No, I don't think so. He's like so close to not being able to play any spells anymore. Wow, so can I throw this down and play Ionize? Yes. Okay, and if our opponent tries to play a spell, he is dead, actually. Unless it gains him a bunch of life, which I will not let him play that spell, probably. Wow. I don't think we stole that one, but geez, you can just see the power of that deck. Also, how fast we got done. It's only 5:39 right now, and I think Wow. Rank up. Silver tier 4. Yes, this is the power of Izzet Flash, people. Okay, cool. Yeah, great couple games, right? So fun. Like, and the deck is so fun. If we go back, let's take a look. I mean, the interesting part is, right, you actually get to make very interesting decisions around, do I negate something? Do I ionize, right? Like, what's the trade-off between, we never saw, did we see a Quench that game? We did see a Quench. But you get to kind of choose, like, do I want to have a 2-mana counter target non-creature spell up? Do I want to have a 3-mana counter anything? But, right, I got to pay an extra mana for it, right? There's fun, interesting decisions. Let's play another round. Because like I said, these games go a lot faster than the other ones do. But you can kind of see why I'm liking this deck, and especially since it's so different from Esper Control. It's just a way different play style. What you're trying to do, right? Again, I'd say when I was playing Esper Control, it kind of had a problem of, well, no, it wasn't a problem, but I had a problem personally, is that I had a hard time playing it just because I'd always wonder, I wasn't sure sometimes what I'm supposed to be doing, because it's like I'd be holding all this removal and no win condition. I'm like, how do I win? What do I do to win this game? And in this deck, it's much more clear cut how you're going to win. All right, so we've got 2 islands, a Thassa's Intervention, 2 Brazen Borrowers, and 2 Gadwicks. An opponent goes first, so I'm going to draw. I'm tempted to mulligan this because I have no counter spells, really, so let's mulligan. This feels better. We're going to put the Blast Zone back. Okay, so we started out with an island, a mountain, a Temple of Epiphany, a Brazen Borrower, an Ionize, and a Bonecrusher Giant. This is a bad matchup for us, I think. So we see a Cauldron Familiar as the first card our opponent played. And a Quench on top. I think we keep that. This is going to be hard because I don't really have a way to deal with, if he plays the Oven, I don't think I'm going to have a way to deal with this Cauldron Familiar just over and over and over again. Other than racing, which is not going to help me. And a Trail of Crumbs. Lord of mercy. It's no good. That's no good. So let's play this. Do I just bounce the Trail? No, I have to wait if I'm going to bounce it. So we're going to try and bounce this Trail of Crumbs. Because I have to get rid of my opponent's card advantage. Or I have to counter do I have to counter Mayhem Devil here? Let's Quench the Mayhem Devil. It's a little bit too much value. And my turn. Okay, and we have Ionize is now live. Okay. So I have to hope my opponent plays something not that good. And out comes the Witch's Oven, which I think I have to Ionize. Because I do not have a way to deal with it, sadly. Yeah, that's bad for me. It's very bad for me. See, my opponent just has permanent card advantage now. And there's another Oven, Lord of mercy. That hurts. And we are probably in trouble now. Do I play the Temple? I'll play the Temple here. An Embercleave. Maybe Embercleave can help us go over the top. I think that's our... So here's what I'm thinking. I will have 5 mana next turn. I have an Embercleave incoming. Embercleave could help us basically... This Cauldron Familiar is a permanent blocker, but it will not help him if I Embercleave the Bonecrusher. Now the issue is... if he has any way to get rid of his Bonecrusher, we're definitely going to lose because we don't have a solution after that. But, I mean, I think it's probably worth a try here. I am very afraid right now, but we're going to go for it. This is even, the original poster of this deck even said this is a pretty bad matchup. Yep, and there's that. So we're definitely in trouble now because here's going to come that. We might still be able to slip through with a Brazen Borrower. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do this. And this is whenever you sacrifice a permanent or a food token. So, yep. So let's play this. So we're going to try and sneak out the Brazen Borrower with the Embercleave. It's not looking good, but we're going to try it. This has not been a very good set of hands here. Very good set here. huh? No, we'll wait. We'll see if he plays anything expensive this coming turn. How has he lost so much life this game? I guess he played this. Maybe he's shocked for... Is he shocked for multiple lands here? Okay, so we'll definitely be bouncing his Corvald, the King, whatever, back to his hand. So we really need a counterspell here. That's what we really need. So here comes Corvald, King of the Dogs, or whatever he is. Wow, shocks in again. Holy cats. Here he comes. Sack a permanent, why don't ya? Here, send this back to your hand while you're at it. Okay, sacks the cat. Okay. Can't remember if we had gone first, how different would this game have been? Well, maybe not that different. We'd have been able to quench. Well, we did quench some stuff. Okay, that's gone. Yeah, we have lost so bad. Holy cow, Trail of Crumbs is just killing us here. And a Brazen Borrower, huh? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is gonna cost what? 5? Yeah, we can't really attack with it, can we? We just have to hope our opponent doesn't have a way to deal with these Brazen Borrowers. Can we kill him this coming turn if I can bounce and play a Brazen Borrower? Shoot, strikeys. So no, we will not be able to now. Wow, that just destroys us, huh? He cannot play the King, right? Oh, he can't play the King right now. So he can sack he can sack stuff right now. So what did he do? He played that. All right, so we're just gonna bounce this back to his hand. He doesn't have mana to play it again. Stupid 1 health Brazen Borrower. Yep. We'll see. He unfortunately is not that low. There's the Mayhem Devil again. Crap. Oh. I screwed up. I didn't think he'd be able to play another land here. We'll see if he wants to kill this thing right away. Is he going to before my turn? Rats, he is. Yeah. I maybe should have held it up. I messed up. I didn't think he'd be able to play this again. Thassa's Intervention. Do I just counter his one thing? Or do I have to go looking for cards right now? I don't know. Maybe I have to go looking for cards here. Let's go look for cards. I maybe should have kept it up during his turn. But I kind of feel like this is going to tell me what I'm going to get or not. So a Bonecrusher, another Thassa's Intervention, a Quench, or a Brineborn Cutthroat. Cutthroat maybe has a chance. Maybe these two together have a chance? I don't know. I think we just get out of this one. I don't think I have a lot of options this game. So, Fisher Buddy. So I think we bring in the Aether Gust. So we're not really going for, again, well, Bonecrusher's not bad. This isn't bad either. Embercleave's not bad. What is bad in this matchup? Gadwick, Quench, Negate, Brineborn Cutthroat, Opt. Embercleave. I feel like Embercleave is good. Aether Gust. Let's bring in some Aether Gusts here. Maybe take out the Bonecrushers. Or filter out a couple Bonecrushers. We'll filter out a couple Bonecrushers and one Gadwick. I maybe should have taken out more Gadwicks, but let's see how this goes. This is a bad matchup. I mean, our opponent also got super lucky with the Trail of Crumbs right off the bat, so we're definitely going to play first. Ugh, bad opening hand. So we started out with a Castle Vantress hand, 2 Brineborn Cutthroats, a Quench, a Brazen Borrower, Bonecrusher, and Embercleave. We cannot go with one land only, so let's mulligan. Brazen Borrower, Thassa's Intervention. We might be able to keep this. Do I get rid of the Fabled Passage? Is that what's going to go? Oh no, that can get us a red, so we'll keep that. We'll send an island back. Okay. Yeah, it seems to make sense. We'll put back the put back an island. So what we're starting with now on the mulligan, I've got 4 lands, an Aether Gust, Thassa's Intervention, and Brazen Borrower. We're gonna keep these. We're gonna keep 6, and I'm gonna put back the island. And we'll just pop it right away to go get a red. Go get a mountain. Okay. Oh, let's hope he does not have a cat in his opening hand. He probably does, though. Duress kind of doesn't matter. You should probably get rid of the Thassa's Intervention is probably the most useful. But he got rid of the Aether Gust. Okay. I mean, the Aether Gust is not a permanent solution to his problems, so. This possibly has another Duress. We'll see. Uh-oh. Plays Temple of Malice in tapped. A Witch's Oven comes down. Okay. Do I bounce that Witch's Oven? I don't think so. And we have an Ionize up. That is beautiful. So let's throw the Castle Vantress down. Our opponent does not know about this Ionize. If he plays nothing, the Brazen Borrower's coming down and we're just going to start beating him with it. Or if he plays something mediocre, a Plague Crafter. I'm tempted to leave it. Because this is not too big of a threat to me, but do I really want to lose the land? I think I'm just going to Ionize this thing. Or do I Thassa's Intervention? No, Thassa's Intervention is card advantage too. Alright. I mean, Thassa's Intervention is a draw 2, so. Alright, opponent playing Vraska Golgari Queen. He doesn't really have anything to sacrifice right now. He can destroy a permanent, convert mana cost 3 or less. Do I Thassa's Intervention this, or do I want to draw off of Thassa's Intervention right now? Hard to say. I think we draw cards off of Thassa's right now. Because we can still bounce this kind of whenever we really want to at this point. So we'll Thassa's Intervention now to get 2 more cards. Is he going to destroy as a Witch's Oven? That would be interesting. Now he's having a hard time deciding what should I do with this thing. So opponent has Witch's Oven, Vraska Golgari Queen, and then 4 lands. I've got 4 lands, so neither of us have missed a land drop yet. So he's thinking. Fisher 88 CZ. How are we doing on time? 5:53. Well, if we lose this, we got plenty of time. All right, is he going to sack anything for this, or he's just going to plus it? I think he's just going to plus here. Sacks a mountain. Wow. We're going to look at 2 cards, which is not ideal, but I mean, I'd rather draw more cards here. Ooh. And a Fabled Passage. So let's activate that Fabled Passage. We're going to go get another blue source, I think. Yep. And now he can bounce and play Brazen Borrower. So he's down a land. Kind of amazing. Mayhem Devil, huh? I mean, that does stink for me, doesn't it? Do I bounce this Mayhem Devil? Or do I bounce the Vraska? Well, I mean, I let it resolve for sure. That's annoying. Let's let him resolve that. Sure. I'm going to send your Mayhem Devil back to your hand. Okay. Yep, he's going to do a couple damage to my face here. Turn off my heater. Getting a little too hot. Let's send that back. Yep, that'll hit me. Then we want to get to the end of turn. We're going to dump out the Brazen Borrower here. Oh, Gadwick. Oh, Gadwick. So Embercleave on that guy. Embercleave, come on down, buddy. And he instantly loses the Vraska, which is very good for us. Okay, we might have a chance this game. Especially since our opponent is so low on mana. I really wish I mean, we're going to get a full grip next turn, so... Boom. Gadwick, save me, even though I took one of you out in my sideboarding. Oopsies. Ooh, is this a little too late for our buddy here? So he can get rid of this. Okay, that's really annoying. So he probably doesn't want to take 8, I'm guessing. Probably going to sack this, right? Oh, I guess not. So do I just draw 4 off this Gadwick? Is that the answer here? Or do I just draw 2 and keep up Aether Gust? He knows he could have killed me with that, right? Let's just draw 2, keep our guns up here. Sweet, and Aether Gust is up, plus we have an Ionize, that's great. I mean, now he's in a little bit more trouble, because I'm not going to let anything of his resolve. Woe Strider. Okay, so now we'll Aether Gust his dumb Mayhem Devil. Here, you can draw this. And I'll tap this too while I'm at it. Sure. I mean, it's not going to make much of a difference because I'm just going to Embercleave this, which just runs over that thing. Okay, and he sacrifices. That's fine. How much does he equip on this? Oh, 3. Oh, that's great. Make your goat. Doesn't matter. Gadwick the Wizened, come on down. You're up for today's. And now we just hit him. Will he just take the full 8? That's the question. Yes, he will. Okay. Wow. A bold move. So now he has to keep up mana for this. Interesting. So we're just holding the Ionize. So if he tries to play a spell that costs more than this food cost, he is definitely going to die. And if he does nothing, we still have the Vantress. So good place for us to be in. Man, Embercleave is a beating, isn't it? It's great in this deck. Wow. Makes a big difference, right? This game was... I would have been way further behind this game if I didn't have the Embercleave. Right, our opponent would have a lot more life yet. Wow. So Fisher backs out here. So here's the tricky part, right? The Aether Gusts are still good. I think the Quenches are maybe a lot worse on the draw. I think Gadwick goes back in. Bonecrusher's still out. Let's take out a Quench. Okay, we'll keep this. I don't actually know. I'm not very good at this matchup. We'll see if we can pull one out here. It's 6 a.m. I should be done streaming by now because the bus comes in about 15 minutes. Gasp! Ah! We'll see how it goes. Okay, Fisher. Don't sideboard block me, man. Come on. See what he's gonna play. We got a little lucky there. It's possible he has some artifact removal. We'll see if we can get a good draw here too. We haven't had great opening hands either, so maybe this time it's gonna come around for us. All right, Fisher 88. Ooh, this is a very good opener for us, actually. So we've got 2 lands, a temple, an island. Then we've got an Aether Gust, a Negate, a Quench, Brazen Borrower, and Ionize. So our goal... All right, we'll play our temple first. We would like another land. Thryx, you ain't gonna do it for us. 5 mana is not in the cards right now. So I have to hope something good doesn't come down right now. Gilded Goose is fine. Gilded Goose is awesome to see. Duress, I don't care about Duress. That's fine. You can take away one of our many counter spells. It's perfectly acceptable to me. I'm holding a full grip of counters right now, so... Bring it on, dude. Yep, get rid of the Quench, probably. That's probably what I'd get rid of. And another Negate. Luckily, this deck that I'm against does depend quite a bit on the non-creature spells, right? It wants its food generating it wants, it wants to play the Witch's Oven. It wants to play the, whatever, the food thing, Trail of Crumbs. Woe Strider comes on down. We're going to let that resolve. And I think I'm just going to burn that thing out immediately. It's obviously not ideal, but he only has 1 card in his graveyard. Cool. Oh, and there's a Brineborn Cutthroat. Okay. So still no lands though. This is the problem right now with the approach we've taken. Don't play more. Okay, so he costs 5 to escape, so he's actually pretty far away from playing the escape cost. Okay, there's 3 mana. I mean, he knows what I've got in my hand for the most part. He knows almost everything that I have in my hand. He must not be able to play anything safely here. Oh, this is exactly where you want to be in this type of deck, right? Like, okay, give me the initiative, buddy. I'll gladly throw out this Brineborn Cutthroat, and I'll start just hammering at your face. Yeah, go ahead, make a food. Go ahead, make a food. I love that. You gonna block with your goat? He's not. Wow, he has very little respect for what we're cooking over here, does he? And a Mayhem Devil, and I'm gonna say I don't think so. Lose some life. I don't think you're gonna play that. Okay. Oh, and another Brineborn Cutthroat. That is intense. All right. Well, let's just keep hitting him. You gonna block this time? He's not gonna block this time either. Okay. Let's keep it going. We still have the Aether Gust. We still have a Brazen Borrower and 2 Negates. And there's that. So I think I'm just chucking that back to his hand, right? Brazen Borrowing it back. Yes, we are going to Brazen Borrow it right back to his hand. Here, why don't you put that back in your hand, bud? Oh, please do that. Darn it. Oh, please, please, please. Okay. 4 mana up. This is good. So now the Brazen Borrower can start to come out soon. Still not going to block. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. This is incredible. That's incredible. Drop one of those. Is he gonna give up? I mean, he knows about the Aether Gust too, so. Yep. Done. Okay. We'll see what our opponent here has got in mind for us. So that's gonna go back either on top of his deck or on the bottom. Did he put it on the bottom? Oh, and another Mayhem Devil comes into play. Amazing. Let's swing at him with this thing. Wow, is it possible he doesn't block here? There's no way. There's no way he doesn't block here, right? No, he's got to. Maybe he should have hit with this too, but... I want to keep these negates up because these are two huge threats right now, so... Or the Brazen Borrower, right? I can flash that and buff these boys up. Buff my little boys up. All right, let's see what our pal's going to play here. Does he have another creature? Vraska? I don't think so. Never going to happen, bud. I mean, he knew about the negate, so... Wow, we might pull this one out. Do I just negate this again? Sure, that's fine. I maybe should have not done that, but... Wow, and Fisher quits out. Holy cow, guys. I did not think we had a chance at winning this matchup. Okay, I really have to go because I have to catch a bus, but wow, what a great couple games we had with Izzet Flash. This deck is super fun. All right, I'll get this video up as soon as I can for Before Work Magic, and then we will probably keep playing it for a little while. We'll keep trying it. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching, but have a good day. Hope you enjoy Izzet Flash. I'll get the deck list in there. Bye-bye.